A recent Tiger Beer sponsorship at a Chinese school fundraiser has stirred up quite a storm. The controversy began when Deputy Minister of Housing and Local Government Aiman Atirasabu attended a charity event for SRJKC Chemin in Sungai Pelek, Sepang, an event sponsored by the beer company. PAS quickly criticized Aiman, arguing that, as a Muslim, she should not participate in events sponsored by alcohol brands. In her defense, Aiman clarified that her presence was solely to support the school, not the sponsor. As the initial uproar over Aiman's attendance begins to settle, new questions arise. What role do beer companies play in school donations, and how will this impact the ongoing debate? In a move that's sparking fresh debate, the Ministry of Education, with cabinet approval, has decided to stick with the current rules on school donations. This means schools will still be banned from displaying or promoting alcoholic beverages. However, the MOE has confirmed that vernacular schools can continue to receive donations through the School Management Board and foundations as they have in the past. Despite this decision, the issue is far from settled. Political leaders are still raising concerns, keeping the debate over school donation policies very much alive. To get a clearer picture of this issue, let's dive into what SJKC schools are and why they rely on funding. Vernacular schools, like SJKC, use students' mother tongues as the medium of instruction instead of Malay. The 1956 Razak Declaration report, which shaped our education policy after independence, recognized the need for diverse educational approaches. It allowed schools to use various mother tongues for teaching. This report also categorized primary schools into two types: standard primary schools and national type primary school, both of which laid the foundation for what we now know as Sekolah Kebangsaan and Sekolah Rendah Jenis Kebangsaan. So what exactly is a Chinese private school? Before 1961, Malaysian government supported multiracial secondary schools, regardless of the language they used for instruction. However, the Education Act of 1961 changed that, providing support only to schools that used Malay and English. This shift sparked protests from Chinese education groups and escalated when the government stripped Jiao Zhong President Lim Lian Giok of his citizenship and banned his books. In response, some schools adapted to the new rules and became Sekolah Rendah Jenis Kebangsaan Cina. Meanwhile, other schools chose to stay independent to preserve their mother tongue education, earning the designation Chinese private schools. Let's explore how Chinese schools are funded in Malaysia. Chinese primary schools are divided into two categories: fully funded and partly funded. Fully funded schools are owned by the government, while partly funded schools managed by local boards or trustees receive only partial government support. Partly funded schools need to apply for additional grants to upgrade and maintain their facilities. Lau Chi Chong, the Secretary General of the Federation of Selangor and Kuala Lumpur Chinese School Management Board Associations, recently explained on Malaysia KINI's podcast that government funds, whether full or partial, usually only cover the daily operating expenses. Are government funds enough to support Chinese schools? Lau Chi Chong says that while government funding covers teachers' salaries and basic upkeep, it often falls short for major projects like building new facilities. Gerakan President Dominic Lau echoes this concern, highlighting that government funds are inadequate for large-scale construction. He also hopes the government will allow donations from other sources. Adding to the discussion, DAP Chairman Lim Kuan Eng revealed that Tiger Beer has raised 413 million ringgit since 1994 for 540 schools, while Carlsberg has contributed 568 million ringgit to 684 schools over 37 years. This impressive total of 981 million ringgit is crucial, given the funding shortfall from the Ministry of Education. How do charity events fit into the funding puzzle for schools? When it comes to major infrastructure projects like constructing new buildings, adding halls, or upgrading facilities, schools often rely on charity events and fundraising drives. According to Lau Chi-chong, these events are vital because the funds raised go towards significant development projects and not daily operating costs. Fundraising events are essential for supporting large-scale projects, and schools frequently use the media to highlight their needs. One notable example is the Tiger Sinchu Chinese Education Charity Concert, which began in 1994 and has since become crucial for supporting Chinese schools' major building projects. So does Tiger Beer actually donate to the schools? The answer is no, not directly. Low explained that the brewing company sponsors the event by covering costs related to performers, lighting, stage setup, and other expenses. This allows the school to focus solely on fundraising. Tiger Beer has also clarified that their involvement was solely for organizing the performance of local artists. Additionally, the Ministry of Finance stated that a 2018 circular prohibits donations from businesses involved in gambling, cigarettes, drugs, alcohol, and similar activities. How do charity concerts help raise funds? Charity concerts raise money through ticket sales and additional donations made during the event. However, Low noted that donations collected on the day typically amount to only a few tens of thousands of ringgit, which often isn't enough to meet the fundraising goals. The real heavy lifting is done before the event, with substantial donations coming from alumni and businesses actively approached by the school. Transport Minister Anthony Loke adds that these fundraising events, including those backed by beverage companies, are generally held off campus. They draw in parents and supporters who are dedicated to advancing the school's goals. What do religious figures say about receiving funds from alcohol companies? With Chinese schools now accommodating students from various backgrounds, including Muslims, the issue of managing donations from alcohol companies has become a major concern. The Mufti of the Federal Territory points out that there are differing opinions among scholars. Some believe taxes from alcohol and gambling should be kept separate from halal funds to ensure their integrity, while others think such funds can be used for public good without distinction. UMNO Vice President Muhammad Khalid Nordin added that under the Barisan National Administration, funds from liquor and gambling industries were used to support vernacular schools and Chinese temples. The debate over Ayman's attendance at a beer-sponsored event and the subsequent issues with the funds raised has sparked accusations of deliberate political maneuvering. Here's a look at the reactions from politicians and NGOs on this unfolding controversy. The United Chinese School Committee Dongzong and the United Chinese School Teachers Association Jiaozong say that past Selangor youth leader Muhammad Sukri Omar is actually targeting Ayman Atira, the Amanah MP for Sepang. They claim Sukri is using the fundraising event for a Chinese school to stir up racial tensions and gain political leverage. Deputy Education Minister Wong Kah-woo criticized PAS Selangor for making a big deal out of beer companies supporting school fundraisers. He said they are twisting the facts to stir up emotions in the Malay community. Deputy Prime Minister Ahmad Zahid Hamidi clarified that the alcohol company's recent sponsorship was solely for hosting a charity concert, not for direct donations to the school. He stressed that there is a common misconception about alcohol and cigarette companies funding Chinese schools. Got something to say? We want to hear from you. Share your thoughts in the comments section. Enjoyed our reports and want to see more? Help us keep delivering top-notch content by making a small donation. Just scan the QR code on your screen or click the link below. Your support is crucial in helping us uphold our commitment to accurate and impactful journalism. Thank you for your support.